Hello and welcome to the video for the first lesson in the kindergarten trimester 1 unit plan. This is the earth science unit, and what I'm going to do is just give you a brief overview of this first lesson, and keep in mind that any lesson may take more than one day. A lesson is not necessarily supposed to mean one classroom or one class, one day, one science lesson in the sense of a period of science. It's more of this is the lesson that may take multiple days, and this definitely could potentially take more than one day. So if we look at our flow chart, the way that the layout of this unit is or was created is a little different than others. So just make note of that. As you'll see here for this initial engagement activity, like I mentioned in the overview, there's kind of two, and we decided to split these because even though there's some relation to each other, there was some very clear split between two of these and the other two. So this will be this lesson 1 here, and that's the lesson that we're going to be talking about today. So what is going to happen in this one? It's fairly simple. It's going to be more directly related to these two highlighted standards, and this is about the effect of sunlight on Earth's surface and how sunlight makes the surface warm and makes objects warm that are in the sunlight, and if they're not in the sunlight, it'll be cool. Okay, so a pretty basic concept. So you're going to actually go outside for this. So a couple things are going to have to be in place here. So you might have to look at the weather and determine which day you'll want to go out, because obviously you won't want to go out on a cloudy day or obviously a day when it's raining. You definitely want to go out on a day where it's sunny. And you're going to have them go out with their thinking logs, and they're going to look at page 10 and 11. And just so you know, the other pages are for the first part, the What is a Science Week. I did not make a video for this What is a Science Week. Those are pretty self-explanatory, and they did those last year. But if you have any questions about that, please contact me. So this is page 10, and they're basically just going to go out and they're going to feel things around the playground. Obviously, you're going to want to have a conversation with them before that about what's safe to touch and what's not safe to touch and things like that. And they're just going to draw pictures and maybe label things like warm, cool, hot, cold. So they might draw a picture of the slide, and they might, say it's hot or warm or something like that. Or they might draw a picture of a leaf that's in the shade, and they might say it's cool. So whatever that they find out in the classroom. And then they're going to answer this question: did every surface you touched outside feel the same warmness or coolness? And hopefully they would say this one, because if they touch things, and they might say this if they touched everything that was in the sun, so that's something to think about. It's not a right or wrong. It's more of if they pick this one, you might ask the question, well, did you only touch things in the shade or only touch things in the sun? And then the second page over here, they're gonna draw pictures of things that felt warm, things that felt cool, and in the next lesson they're gonna talk about this and kind of explain why did some things feel warm here, why did some things feel cool here. And then lastly, they have a question: why do you think some areas of the playground were warmer than others? Now, it's really kind of teacher choice of how you want to do this. You could have them go out without the thinking logs and just touch the different things and then come back and write. If it's a nice day, you could have them have their thinking logs with them, maybe on a clipboard or something, and they could be drawing the pictures on the spot. That's really kind of up to you, the way that you do that. But the end of this lesson would be after they had explored the playground and then they had filled out those 2 pages in the thinking log. And then the next lesson, they'll be talking about developing big ideas and big questions.